Welcome everybody, my name is Tony and this is my sister Angela from Success Options Group, and we're here with you with another episode of Bullish or Bearish, where we take those difficult financial topics, simplify them, get you both sides of the argument, and use our expertise to get you on a different thinking, a different path. So the topic for today is
shrinkflation, the other hidden thief. So what is shrinkflation? Well, what do we know? Why is it the other hidden thief? Because everybody knows that inflation is the hidden thief. Well, shrinkflation is the other one. It's where we're spending the same amount of money to actually get less. So we're paying the same amount for less. So, I mean, unless you actually have these boxes side by side, could you actually tell that one box is smaller than the other? You can't, because that's how they trick us. They give us similar packaging, but we get less. And unless you see them side by side, you never know. And it's not just the packaging, it's what's inside too. Because look at this, even the chips are smaller in the Pringles can. Like if you didn't have two Pringles cans, you wouldn't even know that the chip size has changed. And that's not the only thing. I mean, chocolate, it looks the same, except for, wait, is that flat space smaller, like longer than it used to be? It's like, I'm getting a lot less chocolate, aren't I? So really, I saw this shrinkflation stuff and I'm like looking at it and I'm like, wait, I can see it in my own house. I found this toilet paper roll behind the toilet and it's been there for a while. But then when I compared it to this new one, look, it's obviously smaller. This roll is a lot shorter. So I'm actually getting less toilet paper. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Why am I paying more for the exact same thing for less?
No, I hear you. So you have some hard evidence there, the difference, the smaller packages. I will tell you that this is what people want. People would rather have shrinkflation, right? I think the best example is gas, right? So gas, you buy by the gallon here in the US. But think about how often people complain about gas prices, right? Because it keeps going up. So the thing about it is you can't choose to buy or not buy gas. You need it. You need to fill up your car. And instead of complaining about it, people want to enjoy their life. They want to buy their Cheerios. They want to buy their Toblerone bars. And the companies know that if the price is off, if it's wrong, they're not going to enjoy their life. They're going to buy some other stuff, or they're just not going to buy it at all. So I will tell you, people want shrinkflation.
That's not the problem. The problem is that they're keeping the things, they're tricking us. They're keeping things looking the same when it's not the same. I mean, if they changed the packaging so we actually knew that we were getting something different, it wouldn't be as big a deal. But like me, I buy the packaging. I think it's the same thing that I used to buy, except for I start using it. I start if I buy ice cream, I start eating it. I'm like, wait, this used to last me a whole week. How come it's only lasting 5 days? It's the same box, it's the same packaging, same brand. It should be the same, but it's not, because I'm actually spending the same amount of money for less. So then I have to go buy it more often. So I'm spending more money without even realizing why I'm spending more money. And that's not fair. I should know.
So, I mean, from the point of view, so I'm uniquely qualified because I worked in consumer products, I worked in the oil industry before we did all this, right? All this financial education. But when somebody goes to buy something on a shelf, like let's say grocery shelf, right? They look at the packaging, they look at the design, they also look, they don't necessarily look at the ounces like you're talking about, right? And they look at the price. Price is one of those main metrics people look at. And, from a point of view of the producer, the reason why that toilet paper roll, right, that cardboard roll is smaller is because people would rather have the number of sheets be the same versus, the width of any specific sheet, right? So, this goes back to what I'm trying to say is people want this. They would rather have the same number of sheets. And, price plays a part in this, right? So price is more important than the product design, I would say. And the fact that they you have the same number of sheets is what's really important. So people would prefer shrinkflation so they can get their same product, get their same quality that they're looking for, and not, have it hit them in the face that it's more expensive.
But that's not, yes, it might be the comfortable way, the nice way. I mean, they don't have to think about it, but that's the same thing as sticking your head in the sand and not realizing you're spending more money. The problem is people have to budget. They have to budget for what they're spending on their daily life. And if they don't know that they're going to need to be spending more, then they wonder and they look at their financial statements and they're going, wait, why am I losing money every month? Why am I not being able to save? And they think it's their own fault. They think it's my fault. I'm not saving enough money, that I'm not making enough money, when it's not. It's because their money is flying away through these sneaky little things that they don't even realize are happening. So how are they expected to actually make good financial decisions and make a good financial plan if they don't even realize this shrinkflation is happening?
Right. So, that's the reality. So that's what we go through in the workshops and the coaching sessions. You do need to find a way to make more money on your money. Like that 4% raise, 3% raise, not going to do it. Like inflation, like we covered in one of the prior episodes, it's probably really 10%, 15%, right? Especially, you have to have some other method. It could be stocks, it could be real estate, could be, options like we teach. But I would go back to the point that this is really what people want, because it's hope. They can have hope, right? So let's say you're in the wild and there's a crocodile that just kills you immediately, or you have a boa constrictor just slowly taking your life away. Well, with a boa constrictor, at least there's hope. It's shrinkflation. It's slowly doing it. So you can hope that somebody's going to come and save you, or you can figure out a way to get out, to survive and get your way to financial freedom.
But why does it have to be either die by the crocodile or die by the boa constrictor? Really, isn't there another way? Can't we just not die at all? That's what I'm saying, is that it's about, you need to find, people need to have an expert that they can talk to, like Tony or like me, where you can actually say, okay, I don't want to die by crocodile. I don't want to die by boa constrictor. So what is my path forward? How do I get that financial freedom so that I can actually afford shrinkflation? I can afford inflation, and it's not going to screw up my life, right?
Yep. So, make sure, to provide your comments to us on this, who won? Are you bullish or bearish on this concept of shrinkflation? And, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode when we hit the next difficult financial topic.